All right, so the pelvis, super complicated. Not gonna get into all the details today, but I wanna talk about a quick muscle energy technique or a hip reset that you can do on yourself if you're dealing with any basically SI pain, so pain in the back of the hips, and that would be sort of this area, or any sudden asymmetry in movement. So for the aerialists, polars, and circus people out there that I work with, this would be a loss of split flexibility on one side with buttock, low back, or even groin pain that has no explanation from trauma and is not based on a change. Or it could be something from driving in the car for long periods, a change in your sitting or standing schedule at work. Basically something out of the ordinary, but nothing traumatic. It wasn't a fall, it wasn't an injury. It just kind of popped up and now you have an odd tightness or soreness on one side. So when that happens, if you look at the pelvis, and I'll come a little closer here, your pelvis moves, right? Obviously not this much, it's a bit exaggerated, but anytime we do, say, a split, when one leg goes forward and the other leg goes back, there is the possibility that the pelvis will also do the same motion. And so you'll get a little gapping at your SI joint and a little gapping in the pubic symphysis. When this occurs, your body needs to stabilize and reset, bringing it back to normal. If it can't, or if it gets stuck, you're gonna feel the muscles tighten in an effort to try to reset it, and they're struggling because they're not activating evenly or smoothly. There might be an imbalance. One muscle is inhibited, not doing what it's supposed to do. Lots of potential triggers. A good PT or chiropractor can fix this for you, or you can try the following. What you're gonna need is a foam roll. So let me set this down here, and I'm gonna demonstrate. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna clear that pubic symphysis, that bone, sort of two bones in the front that meet right at that joint. And you're gonna do that by putting the foam roll between your knees and laying on your back. So my knees go around the foam roll, and I'm just putting the foam roll vertically. My feet are gonna go together, and I'm gonna lay flat. I'm gonna take a deep breath in, relax my upper body, and as I exhale, I'm gonna squeeze my knees together as hard as I can, trying to crush that foam roll for 1, 2, 3, and relax. If you're able to feel a click or a pop right off the bat, great, you don't need to repeat. That click is the gapping of that pubic symphysis and it coming back together. If you don't feel a click or pop, don't worry, not everyone's joint will cavitate, but what you can do is try it 2 more times for 3 seconds, always squeezing on the exhale, just to make sure you didn't miss it. From there, what we're trying to do now is to get our hip basically rotated back to neutral instead of one being posterior or one being anterior. And unfortunately, it's really difficult to self-assess this. It's hard for you to be able, theoretically, from an objective standpoint, to tell if you're anterior or posterior. There are some cues, but the great thing is it doesn't matter which way you may be out of alignment. You just are going to correct both ways. That's not going to put you out of alignment. Rather, the only thing the correction's doing is turning on an inhibited muscle. So if one side is functioning normally, one direction of scissoring the foam roll is normal, your body won't get stronger at it. It will just practice the motion. If the side that is painful is inhibited, meaning those muscles aren't cueing on, the act of doing this rotation or this squeeze with the foam roll will turn them back on and bring them back to normal. So then you're gonna have 2 working sides, 2 working directions of motion, and you should have basically hip alignment back in a relatively, good baseline for you to work on from there. So the foam roll is gonna go under one knee and over another. You're gonna relax your upper body, head is flat, bottom foot can stay on the ground, and I'm gonna use my arms to hold the foam roll level with the floor, so parallel. Then I'm gonna press my top leg, in this case it's my right leg, down into the foam roll, pull my left leg up, and imagining that my legs are scissors, I'm gonna cut the roll in 2. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is 1 repetition. You would do this 2 more times for 6 seconds, after which you would switch, and you're putting the opposite leg on top and the other leg underneath. So now my left is on top, my right is underneath. Holding the foam roll, I would do the same thing for 6 seconds, and then repeat that 2 more times for a total of 3. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and hopefully this keeps those hips happy. Thanks so much. Have a great day.